What's up, everybody? I'm Rick Knight. Welcome back to another video here at The Bad Philosopher. Don't mind that sound in the background. That's my coffee maker. Wearing a red shirt this time. Usually I'm in one of my work shirts, a black shirt or something like that. What do I got for us today? Okay, today I want to talk about a conversation that I had earlier with somebody. We were talking about the minimum wage and the wage gap and how much a person should make, and should there be a minimum wage, should there be a maximum wage? Well, here's the thing. My position was that you have certain jobs that they're low skilled jobs, they're low wage earning jobs, they don't provide the value that would make the employee that much financially valuable to the company. So for an example, if you look at people who work in the fast food industry, which I respect these people, I mean, I don't really eat fast food, but if I ever do go into a fast food restaurant for any reason, maybe, I'm just having a taste for, McDonald's fries or something, and I'll run in there and grab some. I never, but I am in Dunkin' Donuts all the time, though. I do buy coffee all the time, and I watch other people go in there, and I see how rude people are to the people who work in the fast food industry. They think they can be rude and disrespectful. They think that they're nothing. They're peasants, and I always respect them for working and earning a living. Just because they're flipping burgers for a living doesn't mean you shouldn't respect them the way you would respect me as a plumber, the way I would respect a doctor as a doctor, and so on. I mean, we should respect the working class person. But in terms of value for their work, for what they bring to the table, for what they earn their employer. So if you think about it like this, the reason why, plumbers make more money than McDonald's workers, why does doctors make more money than plumbers? This is pretty obvious what it takes to go to become a doctor, to the amount of schooling, the price that it's going to cost you, not only financially but physically, mentally, emotionally. You have to have at least some level of intelligence. You can't be you can't be at the bottom of the distribution of IQ to become a doctor. It's not easy. It's very hard. I can't replace a doctor. They cannot fire a doctor and hire me. So with that being said, and then plus saving lives and doing what doctors do, they're worth a certain amount of money. Now, granted, it's not easy to replace me as well. If my boss fired me today, he would have to replace me with someone who has somewhat equal of experience that I have. He cannot just go into a McDonald's and say, hey, you quit this job and come with me. I have a better job for you. I can't be replaced by a person who flips burgers for a living, who has no experience in what I do. It will take them years of training to be able to do the things I do. But I can replace a McDonald's employee. I can learn to cook burgers and do all that stuff in a relative short time. I can flip my own burger, but they can't fix their own plumbing. They can't fix their own boilers. They can't do that. If they can do that, then that's probably what they would be doing with their lives and not working in a fast food restaurant, because they can make more money being a tradesman. There's a reason why there's certain jobs make certain money. It's because the value that we have, the skill that we have, what we can provide, the work that we can produce, how much money can we earn the company, how much money are we worth. This is why I actually support these athletes making the money that they make. And a lot of people, they think, they make millions of dollars to play a game. But what you don't realize is that even someone like LeBron James, he makes his boss, the team he plays for, and the NBA, and all the people who sell merchandise, he makes them millions of dollars a year. Millions. He earns way more money for them than I will in my entire career of plumbing. That's why LeBron James makes the money that he makes. Do you understand? That's how this works. You are paid a salary based on the value that you have, based on the level of skill needed to do your job. LeBron James can learn in X amount of years to do my job. I will never be able to do his job. So you have to understand how that works. Again, LeBron James can go to school and become a doctor if he's smart enough. I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Right. But multiple basketball players are smart enough that they can go to medical school. They could decide to retire from the NBA or from the NFL or whatever game they play. They can retire and they can go to medical school and they can become a doctor. But doctors can't just give up what they do to become professional football players or professional boxers or professional baseball players. It doesn't work like that. They hold a certain value because of the money that they can bring into their team, into their industry. I hold the value I hold because of the value that I bring into my company, into my industry, and doctors and lawyers and everybody else. So we all have a certain value and a certain amount of income that we can generate, a certain amount of profit, a certain amount of currency that we bring in the door for our companies. And that's why we make what we make. Now, granted, you can get someone else to do what we do, but if you find someone who doesn't have the experience as us, or the schooling, the licenses, everything needed, the talent, the athleticism to do all these things, you can't just replace with anyone. But on the low skilled jobs level, the low wage earning levels, they can easily be replaced. You can find a new kid to stock the shelves. You can find a new guy to stand outside, like here in New York City, selling newspapers. You can find people to work at the car wash. You can find people to pretty much do any of these low skilled jobs. They're not worth big money. It's almost like, collectors, when you have a rare coin and you're the only one with that coin is going to be worth more money than if there was, 5,000 of those coins, right? A rare painting is worth what it's worth. Why? Because there's only a few of them, or maybe even only one of them. But if there was 1 million of them, it wouldn't be worth that much. It would be worth less. So it's the same thing with employment. How much money can you bring in the door for your employer? How easily can you be replaced? I mean, these are questions that need to be asked. So when people say that we should raise the minimum wage and we should provide a living wage to people, granted, I want everybody to be able to work for a living and support their family, but what should the minimum wage be? Why are they saying $15 an hour? Who came up with that number? Why not $50 an hour? Why not $5,000 an hour? How could you just come up with a number like that? I mean, where does this come from? How much should they make? Who gets to decide this? And then I hear people talk about maximum wages, like, someone makes millions of dollars a year. Why do they need all that money? And it's like, well, this is the freedom of living in America. If you want to dedicate yourself to work and to make money and make more and more and more and more money, then fine. Dedicate yourself to making money. I mean, I do. Yesterday I got out of work. I got out of the train station. I stopped by the pizzeria right next door, and they're like, "Hey, remember that water heater we told you about? We just got it. We just got a new one. Could you put it in for us right now?" So I went and I put it in for them right there on the spot. It took me an hour. I made a couple $100. I mean, this is what we do. If there's an opportunity to make money, you make money. I mean, I'm the stupid one for not getting into an industry where I can make millions. I got into an industry where I can just provide a living for myself and my family. But there's nothing wrong with dedicating your life to just working and earning money and stepping up to earn more and more and more and more money. I mean, nobody said that you have to be, held down into one particular bracket. I mean, it's un-American and it's just anti-freedom and anti-liberty to tell someone that this is the maximum amount of money you're allowed to make. I mean, if you're not stealing the money from anyone and you're earning it, there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep working, keep earning money, and why not? I mean, I don't understand. How could you tell someone that you're making too much money, you need to stop making that much money? I mean, we have a right to do that. We have a right to work. We have a right to gain wealth, to build wealth, to save wealth, to do anything you want. Some people give their money away. They donate their money. They have every right to do that. Some people, they donate all of it. They give it to charity. They buy homes for people. They pay for college for students. It's their money. They can do whatever they want with it. I mean, there's no need to be upset. Some of them donate their money to certain political campaigns, even if it's a political campaign that I don't agree with, or a candidate that I won't vote for. But that's their money. They have a right to do that. They have a right to donate to Bernie Sanders. He'll never get a vote for me. He's a socialist. I'll never ever vote for Bernie Sanders. But people who donate money to his campaign, that's their money. They have every right to do so. So, simple, this is about, the value that an employee holds and the right to make money. And honestly speaking, if you work in fast food, if you work in a low skilled, low wage earning job, you need to think about what could you do to make more money? What could you do to earn a better living? What could you do to get into a position where you're not easily replaced? Maybe you should look into the trades. Maybe you should look into, going to school, maybe going to law school, going to medical school, working for the city, working for the state, working for the government, going to the military. There's so many different opportunities out there, but you can't work in a car wash or be a dishwasher and think that it's not fair and that you should make $1 million a year like somebody else because you also work 40 hours a week. It doesn't work that way. You can easily be replaced by somebody else, but the guy that's making $1 million a year can't easily be replaced, and he brings more money into the door than you do. That's why I make more than a McDonald's worker. That's why a doctor makes more than me. That's why LeBron James makes more than a doctor. So that's all I got right now. Hey, listen, if you agree or disagree, hit the like button, hit the dislike button, subscribe, comment, hit the bell to receive notifications. If you disagree with me, comment section, let me know how you feel, and that's it. That's all I got. Thank you.